Do you like writing? Do you like drawing? Well, then maybe you should enter the PBS Writers Contest presented by Janice Allen. Hi, my name is Nikita Rath, and I put this video together so I can give you some helpful tips on how to submit your story, win big prizes, and even be on TV. Now let me get started with my first tip. Tip number 1, don't write about unicorns. When I was in 2nd grade and after I submitted my story about a unicorn, I asked my friend what she was writing about, and she said a unicorn. Later on, I realized that in my class alone, 4 kids had written about a unicorn. I learned my lesson to make my characters and my story unique because the judges are reading hundreds of stories and a lot of them are probably about unicorns. Tip number 2, word count matters. Depending on your grade level, you have a word count limit. You may be limited to, say, 200 to 400 words. Check the rules to make sure you know what category your grade level's word limit is. A word count means you want to say a lot in just a few words. Make every sentence and every word count. Let me give you an example.
Okay, so here's the rough draft. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a rat named Zoe. Zoe was worried about the Pied Piper who was coming to town to play the flute to drive away her family. She decided to write a letter to the Pied Piper. Here's what the letter said. That was 51 words. Here's the final draft. In a kingdom, a rat named Zoe heard that the Pied Piper would be arriving to drive away her family. These are the letters that Zoe wrote, and these were 27 words.
Tip number 3, write about something you care about. Is there a cause that you care about? Maybe you love shelter puppies, or you know someone who has been through a rough time, or maybe you want to talk about an experience that changed your life. When I was in 5th grade, I learned about a girl who was overlooked by her family as they were very focused on a disabled sibling. After seeing her, I wrote a series of poems called The Glass Child. This is an example of me writing about something I care about. Tip number 4, add a moral or lesson that your story will teach. PBS is all about educating the community. Naturally, they're looking for stories that can teach us all a little something. Make sure that your story has a moral or lesson at the end. Last year, a PBS author told an amazing story of their grandfather who was able to create a school in Japan during a time when girls were not viewed as important enough to be educated. The school grew and eventually became a town known for educating its girls, and the school became motivated to educate more girls. Tip number 5, never stop trying. Anyone from kindergarten to 5th grade can enter to win. I entered the PBS Writers Contest 4 times. 4 times! And learned something each time. In 2nd grade, I was a semi-finalist and I learned to make my story more original. In 3rd grade, I won 3rd place and I learned to shorten my sentences and make every word count. In 4th grade, I didn't win, but I learned to add a better moral and life lesson to my stories. In 5th grade, I did win 1st place, but most importantly, I learned to be a more confident writer. Even if I didn't win, the lessons I learned from entering the contest taught me many things about the art of writing. So what are you waiting for? Grab a pencil and start writing down your ideas today.